Hello there everyone, Shibby here. Hope everyone out there's doing well and taking back once again with some more Tekken 8 ranked matches as I try to work my way back up to the purple ranks after the rank reset that sent me back down to Garyu. But it looks like my first opponent here is going to be a Kazuya player, so let's see what we can do here. Kazuya has always just been a problem character for me. Any character that has a Hell Sleep beats my ass because I just never expect it, even though I should always expect it. Alright, looks like we got a little bit of a lead here. No blocking the low. I do that string so much it either kills me or carries me. There is no in between. Oh, I tried to shoulder charge round start because I'm an idiot. Alright, fair enough. Alright, they're heated up. Alright, we'll go low here. Alright, watch out for any full screen beams. Go for a grab here. No tech on the throw. I will take that. Go for the low. Alright, we'll take that. That should be death. I do a little bit too far away, but thankfully they hop up, so I'll just mash heat. Why not? Alright, we're going to sidestep here. Alright, they do whiff. They're electric. Alright. Let's get our stacks up. Alright, I'm going to heat up here. They might do it right back, so I'm going to go for my grab. They don't. Alright, and they try to hit me with the low there, so we hit them with the heat smash and get to the halfway point in Garyu and get one game on the board here. Alright, let's see if we can make it two. If we get the run back, they do run it back. Alright, now they could adapt here, which will always be my downfall. But we're going to just back up. Alright, they finished that string out. They tried to mash there. Alright, I'll take the whip there. Alright, they do hop up. Need to be a little bit more wary of that. Alright, free launch, except I messed up the launch input. Alright, we'll get them mashing there. God, I'm messing up all my buttons. Oh, I thought that was gonna whiff, so I pressed. There it is. There's the Hell Sweep that always gets me in trouble. As soon as they find out that I can't block that. I was a little bit late on the launch. That's right, his is a low. I missed. That was unfortunate. I already pressed a button on the ground. I had that coming. Alright, he has so little health, it's probably kill me, maybe. If I do survive, it'll be a minuscule amount. It is a minuscule amount. And I stood blocked and got hit by mid. Okay, I don't really know why I died from that, but we take the game as it comes along here. Alright, fair enough. I thought he was going to get a little bit aggro there. Alright. Alright, we're going to press here. Alright, we are plus. And down they go. Okay. We're up 2-1. Let's see if we can make it 3. That track to my sidestep. Alright, they spent their heat immediately though. I thought I was crouch blocking there, but the game says otherwise, which is unfortunate. Alright, they're just not blocking low. Alright, there we go. I thought he was gonna mash on wake up. Alright, we gotta be careful here. Alright, he went for it immediately. We're just gonna play it safe, go for the throw, get the guaranteed KO, and not mess up another launch input. But alright, that is 2 straight games on the board as we get a little bit closer to Shinryu rank here with Asuka. And good game to that opponent. I'll be back when I find my next match. Alrighty, looks like I found my next opponent here. Go up against an Anna player, so this will be interesting, or a Harley Quinn, as I see. Alright, so I have very limited experience with Anna so far. Either I have steamrolled or have gotten steamrolled. There really has not been any in between. But she has one in particular string that kind of fucks me up. I wasn't prepared to convert. Alright, they mashed there. I'll take it. Alright, we'll catch them whiffing here. Now, it doesn't matter if they do their ultimate or not, because they will die from any hit. Alright, well, there's one game on the board. We're going to sidestep here. They whip the launch. We're kind of going at this at an awkward angle, though. All right, they do. Yep, I thought they were gonna mash, but they just heated up. All right, take that. I whiffed. All right, thankfully they stepped into that, which helps me a lot. All right, I'll take that. All right, I'll take that trade. I get a little bit too reckless when they have a little health because I think it'll kill them. All right, please don't drop it. I dropped it. I said please too, and it still dropped. All right, they're gonna backflip. What is one of the moves that gets me in trouble too? We're gonna heat it up. I tried to do her grab, and somehow got that up jump fist. They similar input. All right, I'll take that. This is gonna take some doing. And they mashed on plus frame, so that gives us the first round. All right, I probably should have lost that, but I will take it. Though I'm not surprised anyone matches on plus frames, if I'm being completely honest. I get hit a lot on reinforcing plus frames. It seems like, but maybe I'm just probably too slow and bad at it. But do they run it back? That is the real question. But as long as this is taking, I'm going to guess the answer is probably not. And probably not. Well, good game to that opponent, and I'll be back when I find my next game. Alright, looks like I found my next opponent here. Looks like I'll be going up against a Heihachi player, so we'll see how this goes. Ah, old school Heihachi. Alright, usually every Heihachi player I've fought so far really likes the new look, which I have to admit I'm not a fan. I like the appearance of the old Heihachi. Alright, go for a low here. They do block it. Probably a little bit too predictable. Oh, that beat me. Oh, they whip here. All right, they do block the low, so I need to keep that in mind. All right, I guess it moves plus, I'm guessing. All right, this is going to scale like a son of a bitch because they jumped, but we'll take the damage where we can get it. They still have full resources. I am completely out, but I kind of just wanted them off me. All right, they do block the low here. But begin with the jab. All right, I'll take that. All right, we're going to sidewalk here. All right, they crouch a lot. All right, he guard broke me there. Not really a whole hell of a lot I can do, unfortunately. I cannot get him off me. All right, he was not afraid to press buttons there. All right, he's definitely taking advantage of that move. I did not mean to do it twice. I only meant to do it once. All right, I wonder if I can sidewalk that because I don't know what else to do about it, honestly. That beat a low? All right, there's no sidewalking it. And there's no power crushing it. Okay, what in the fuck do you do then? Okay, well, I'm not really sure what the answer for that is, if I'm being completely honest. Okay, let's try to finish this combo out. We get our stacks. I thought he was going to be a little bit closer than that. That's unfortunate. I guess you can't sidewalk it either, fuck. Where's my super at? This is going to be unfortunate. Alright, he tried to mash through it to kill me, which is probably the right answer there. Alright, barring a drop, he's dead. Okay. Alright, now we're tied up 2-2. Alright, let's not drop this. Get our stacks up. We do get the wall. Alright, that's the first time he's ever done that. That's the first time I've ever tried that, so it's interesting. Alright, he ducks. This won't be death. Now he's dead. Alright. I'll take that. Whenever he's not doing that move that I don't know how to solve, we're in okay shape. But all right, looks like we're getting close to Shinryu rank here, barring me losing. But I got more lucky on that match than I did anything else. So we'll see if we can get done here. Do we even get the run back is a real question. All right, it's just going to be a one and done then. All right. I guess they weren't too happy that they lost. All right. Well, I'll be back when I find my next opponent then. Alrighty, looks like now we're going up against a large player, and we on our promo match to get to Shinryu. Looks like they're on a 3-game win streak. We're on a 4. That went a little bit further than I ever thought. All right, I really don't know what to do about that string. All right, so it is a low. All right, I gotta find an answer to that. Well, I didn't know how he was gonna land since he went above my head. I thought that was gonna reach a little bit further than what it did. All right, so that, I guess, that spin takes him backwards, and it looks like it is a low. So can I just launch it? All right, he does back up there. Oh, okay, that's a throw. All right, he didn't block there. He does get hit by that, though. All right, we do get to launch there. Please don't drop this me. I could have absolutely killed him there had I not dropped it. But we'll go for the low, and they don't actually block it for once. All right. I'm gonna sidewalk here. That just keeps going. Fuck. All right, he does block there. So that's just kind of the string that he looks out for. Okay. I should have went for a grab. And I didn't get my super. That's unfortunate. Okay. God, it just goes so far. When the hell can you interrupt that? My God. I just do not know when it is my fucking turn. My God. I just, what in the hell is Lars even doing? Okay, but let's see if we can try to discern some shit. Like, I don't know when I can interrupt it in that stance. Alright, did manage to low parry him there. I immediately dropped it though. Alright, he crouched there. Alright, do catch him whiffing there. He's not afraid to press buttons, that's for sure, but I do not know how to counteract those buttons most of the time. It's a problem. Alright. He went for that immediately. Unfortunately for him, I was blocking. Alright, so that's a round on the board. We're gonna need all the rounds we can get. Okay, I guess you can't sidewalk it. Alright. Well, he does walk into that, so I'll take it. Nope. Alright, we go for the grab. He does tech it. Alright, please don't drop this me. Alright, thankfully he left a grab there. We launch punish him for it. With our backflip. And I'll take it. Alright, we need to crouch there. That should knock his ass out of the air. We get our stacks up. Alright. We get another floor break here. Alright, take this. Let's get some more stacks if I don't drop it. Tried to can him, thinking he was gonna go for low. Really, I didn't get my, Alright, I didn't know when I could take my turn back. But looks like I did get my low parry there. Maybe I just mistimed it. Alright, we get a launch, good start. I dropped the combo though. Now he jumps above my head. Alright, I'll take that. We get a grab, no tech. Alright. I'll take that. And we get to low, and we do wrap or tie things up at a game apiece here. Okay. I just can't let him get into that little stance, which is going to be easier said than done, because he can do a lot of shit from it, but I just don't know what's coming. If I stay on offense and do my shit and don't let them do their bullshit, then I managed to win a game or two. Okay, I didn't think that was going to reach me, if I'm being completely honest. Okay. Alright, I'll take that. I have to do crouch there. I don't get the break, which is unfortunate. I guess this is not 1+2. Alright, I get hit by an immediate jab. And I get low profiled immediately. God, that goes way further than it ever should. Alright, just I'll launch him for that, I guess. I don't know if that's exactly the answer, but why did that hit me? Alright, he tried to backstep it, could not. I'm going to grab him again. He doesn't know the break for that, it looks like. For plus. And he tried to press there, so that takes us up, or knocks us up at around a piece. Alright, is that plus on hit? Alright, he crouched that. He tried to heat up, but we're going to floor break here. Alright, we do get it. I tried to do a heat activation like I had it. Alright, we're gonna just mash Rage Art there. Just to get some breathing room. Now what does he do on Wake Up? That's gonna suck, isn't it? Yep. Okay, interesting. That move just low profiles everything. And that grab reached a little bit further than I thought. Right, no block there. Alright, this should be death barring a drop. We'll just keep the combo simple. Alright. There's 2 rounds apiece here. Why did that miss? No. Alright, we gotta keep our distance here. That was an unfortunate trade. Alright, I'll take that. I should have just launched him for it and won. Thankfully, he just crouched there, so I will take that. Alright, looks like we get the win here, and we do get our way back into Shinryu. Alright, so I will take that. I thought I was going to get my ass beat there, but after dropping 1 game down, we do manage to win the set. But I do believe that's a good place to end the video here with our promotion to the Shinryu here, as I try to slowly work my way back up into purple. But yeah, still got a lot to learn and a lot to figure out, especially with the new patch and navigating what I can do and what I can't do. But it's going to be a try, or you know, and just a learning curve and just trial and error as I try to figure this out here. But yeah, if you can do that opponent, if you made this part of the video, thank you for watching. Like, subscribe if you feel like it, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.